the one that you're currently running that's generated already $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue for your agency and about to be $7,500 a month in recurring revenue for your agency. Like, what has gone into the success with that campaign, from setting it up to building the leads list to the scripts to the inbox management? What is going on, guys? Andre Hakel Jr. here, the CEO and co-founder at ListKit, and I'm here with my man Luis to talk about some of your success using ListKit to do cold email outreach.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, Andre. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity, to highlight my case. It's kind of weird being here, but, also excited.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's great to have you on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation. So, just to dive right in, we had a little bit of an email back and forth leading up to this, and you were telling us about the results you've experienced since using ListKit for the last month or so. And just to quickly highlight the results, we could dive deeper into how you got these results and the full meaning behind them. But the highlights that you mentioned to me, at least, were $5,000 in revenue generated from cold email campaigns using ListKit. That's almost going to be $7,500 in revenue generated because you had a
Yeah,
final call this morning with a new potential customer. You also mentioned
that's
you
right.
signed two customers, and then, like we just mentioned as well, you're about to sign your third customer. And overall, you've booked 15 sales calls. And so, again, in the last month and a half, with cold email using ListKit, you've gotten some pretty significant results, especially in regards to revenue growth. And so, first off, introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what your business does, and then we'll dive more into the results and how you made that happen.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to give you a quick introduction. I'm Luis. We have an agency that we are scheduling calls for people using cold email. I have been doing a lot of things during this year, e-commerce, YouTube, but a bit of everything. I had a startup before, but in the last few years, I have been working with a software company. I'm the growth department. So we are starting to try new things. Outreach on this software company was key. So I have been running outreach during the last 3-4 years. And then we discovered like the auto scaled outreach with instantly. And then was with the time when I get like deep inside of the outreach world. We started to get really good results. I was in charge of run everything, the copy, get the database, the data enrichment, jumping into the sales calls, close the people. I was doing everything, the technical setup, the DNS verification, everything. We started to get very good results, and I started to think, probably I can do this for other business. I have a friend that it was starting a company, and they were doing like cold calling, I believe. And I told like, hey, what are you not trying cold email? Cold email, it's easier, it's cheaper, and it's, you don't need to be calling people all the time. We were together. We set up a small campaign using ListKit and Instantly, and it was crushing. And I was like, fuck, I need to build a business with this to get more money. And then was when I took my old startup. I changed, well, I used the same name, but I changed the structure to have the lead gen agency. Here I am. Basically, I started on summer around last June. And yeah, we have 3 customers on place. Two, oh, very soon it's going to be 3 because was closing the last detail today in the morning. And yeah, everyone was on the beach or traveling during summer. I was like in sales, closing a lot of people, having a lot of demos, 15. And yeah, pretty happy. It's weird because I just started very like lately in June, but pretty happy, to be honest,
Yeah,
for the
some quick
results.
results. Just some quick results to get, like you said, 2 and almost 3 high ticket clients for your agency within a month and a half of using ListKit. And so, yeah, talk a little bit more about the tech stack. And so you talked about how you spent a bunch of time obviously learning how this whole cold email system is supposed to be set up. And so specifically ListKit, where did you hear about ListKit and why did you choose ListKit over some of our competitors like Apollo or ZoomInfo?
Yeah, that is a really good question. At the beginning, when I started this lead gen work, we started to work at first with Apollo because it's very like very famous. And if you like Google for database on internet, probably Apollo is gonna be on top. So I have been working with Apollo a lot of time, but Apollo have a lot of features that it's have weird functionalities sometimes. I also think it's expensive. So each time that we are trying to new things, we do our research of the tools. Okay, which are the tools that we're gonna use? Which are the other competitors? Let's take a table to compare advantage and disadvantage of using all of them. I get like 4 or 5 database, Apollo, ListKit. I don't remember the name of the others, but I started to compare, and then I went to Reddit. If you want to know something very accurate, you go to Reddit to check what the people is saying, and I hear a lot of really good comments about ListKit, that the leads are very accurate. Because what happened with Apollo sometimes, it's if you scrape like a bunch of leads, probably the information is not so accurate. Like the people is not working there anymore, or the tech stack is not accurate. So I hear that with ListKit it could be, and I just give a try. Like, let's buy the tool, let's download a couple of leads and work with them. And I'm pretty impressed with the result, because we have been working with people from different places, from Europe, Spain, Mexico, Latam, US, and pretty accurate. So I'm pretty happy for that. The thing that I really like it about ListKit, it's the relationship between price and the leads that you get, and the information it's pretty accurate. So I believe with those features you can do a lot.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned like ListKit compared to Apollo and how Apollo is more expensive because in the early days when ListKit was new, people would just compare Apollo pricing to ListKit pricing just point blank without really understanding the difference. Meaning, like if you pay, let these aren't the prices, but let's just say you pay $100 for 1,000 leads from Apollo, and you pay the same $100 for 1,000 leads from ListKit, even though the prices are the same, ListKit's actually way cheaper because ListKit, the 1,000 leads that you're getting are all triple verified, meaning they're all usable leads, right? Whereas
Yeah,
with Apollo, you get 1,000 leads, but then you go to verify those leads and you realize only half are usable. And so you're actually
exactly,
paying
exactly.
double the amount than they're advertising that you're paying. And most people, unfortunately, are not as educated and don't have the same research practices that you have before you make a purchasing decision to know the difference. And so, yeah, we have a lot of guys that are first like, hey, yeah, Apollo's actually cheaper. I'm going to switch. And then they come to find out that even if Apollo's slightly cheaper on the website, because they're not transparent about their pricing and they don't charge for verified emails, they just charge for any email, which comes to be
Exactly.
anywhere from 50 to 60% verified, you're actually paying a lot more. And it's
Yeah,
unfortunate because
actually,
you
I'm
figure
sorry
that
for
out.
saying this, Andrew, but with Apollo also happened that sometimes if you are building like a list and you're like counting with these people, once you don't load the list, it's like not all the real emails. Like if you are, I don't know, counting with 3,000 leads, then once you don't load the list, it's like 500 people. And I was like, fuck. I was thinking that we have 3K leads, but we have less because all of them weren't verified. So that is also something
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool about ListKit, to be honest.
Well, as an agency owner, one of the biggest priorities for you is where do you spend your time? And if you're having to spend your time just in Apollo for an entire day to build a leads list because you want 3,000, you export 3,000, you only get 1,500, then you got to go back to Apollo and figure out how to get up
Exactly.
to 3,000 total. It's this whole process of back and forth between Apollo and an email verification tool. Now, the argument is, well, email verification tools aren't that expensive, and so it doesn't dramatically increase the price. But again, you're paying double what Apollo shows that you're paying on the front end, plus the cost of the email verifier. But the biggest cost is the time investment as an agency owner, because if
Exactly.
you're having to spend all this time, you're not able to spend time in other areas to continue growing the business. And then you could just say, well, I'll just hire someone to do it. Now, at the end of the day, you're paying double the price that you thought you were on the front end for Apollo. Then you're paying for the email verifier credits. Then you're paying for the team member to do manual work when you could, at the same time, just be using ListKit, pay the one transparent fee, and get a leads list built within 10 minutes without any back and forth
Exactly.
between other tools. And so to me, it's an
Yeah.
obvious choice.
Yeah, also something all to put it out, it's or to highlight, ListKit offer a really cool, I didn't expect that, a really cool success program where you can jump with dedicated people from the team, to help you to build your first list, your first segment. And I have been running a couple of calls with Walid, a really nice guy, a really nice dude that helped us a lot at the beginning, because yeah, we tried ListKit, but we were new on the tool. We weren't new how to build the segment. Also, as I told you, I have been running Apollo for a while, but it's a new tool. So while it helped a lot to build my first segment, and then it's helping me with anything that I need in very short call, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But I really appreciate that, because while it had some insights that probably I'm missing to take into account. So that is something really cool from ListKit that I never saw in Apollo.
Yeah. It's one of the things that we do that I'm really proud of, to be honest. And so before we even built the SaaS company, we're agency owners. So we had our own cold email.
Okay.
So we've been doing cold email. And when I say we, it's the founders of ListKit, myself, Oliver, Dan, Daniel, and Christian. We've been doing cold email for 5 or 6 years at this point. And not only have we been doing cold email, but we have been teaching cold email. We have some of the industry leading education. I think we probably have the most successful cold email course of all time called Cold Email Mastery. We have a coaching program called Client Ascension that they're both super well known. And so we know cold email inside and out. And we also use cold email to grow all the businesses we're involved in, including ListKit. We grew ListKit to $1 million in ARR in 87 days, primarily through cold email outreach. And so we know and understand how to do cold email. And so we then hire people like Waleed to come into ListKit and help our users understand how to
Yeah,
use a tool like ListKit. Because what we found out is we could give you access to ListKit, and if you don't know how to use it properly to get really targeted leads, number one, but then number two, how to use those targeted leads in a tool like Instantly or in a tool like SmartLead to actually do the sending with the right scripts and the right campaign strategy and settings, ListKit's not going to help you very much. And so
exactly.
that's what we've been building for the past year is a customer success team that is fully trained and educated on cold email best practices and can dedicate one-on-one time with every single one of our customers that signs up, even for as low as $97 a month, to make sure that each customer, if they want it, has access to education, training, and coaching to get the success and the results from cold email outreach. So yeah, to your point, you get
Yeah.
on one-on-one calls with Waleed, who's a true expert at this point with cold email and is continuing to find ways to improve and get better and learn more. And so that's a huge benefit. So what are some other things that you like about ListKit compared to maybe other tools or just in general your experience with using?
Yeah, for example, Walid showed me that the first time that I jumped into a call with them. I really like it. When you are like building the list on ListKit, you can see like the data. It's when you pick the industry, the size of the company, you are removing or adding keywords, and you have the job title of the people, you have the list of the, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. You can change the view, and you will see like the amount total of keywords, where the people is located, and you can see this information like a chart. And this is very useful to understand which data are you picking, and this is very cool, something very cool that Apollo didn't have. So I really appreciate that. Is also one of the things very cool. And something that you mentioned that probably I'm missing, it's the leads verification. This is because at least kid is doing by themselves, but this is something really cool because I'm skipping one step of the scraping process, or the lead gen process, which is the verification. With ListKit, we have this in place, and yeah, it's very short, it's very fast to load the leads, and just working on the next, build the campaigns, the DNS verification, and more stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. No, thank you for sharing that. How about intent data? Is that something you've started to use or not yet?
Not yet, to be honest. I didn't try it.
Good. Well, it's new at the time of this interview. And so we're just rolling it out and continuing to educate our users on how to best use it. But we're really excited about intent data, mostly because companies like Apollo and Zoom Info, they offer intent data. But one, I heard it's not the greatest data, but also number two, more importantly than anything else, is it's very expensive. And so companies like
Yeah.
mine and yours, who are maybe smaller businesses or medium-sized businesses, we're priced out of being able to actually use a tool like that and even have the possibility of having an ROI. And so ListKit's intent data is very accessible. If you sign up for the $297 a month plan, you get access to 10,000 ListKit credits. Plus, you get access to unlimited intent data features and filters to use in your search. And so, with our intent data, the core differences is price, but more important than anything else, it's the daily refreshes. So every single day, we're adding 21 billion buying intent signals to our database. And so if you're selling lead generation services, you could literally target people that were searching for lead generation services in the past 24 hours. And so what we're really setting out to do with our intent data is solve the two core issues with building leads lists, which is not enough leads and not high quality enough leads. And so with intent data, we're going to have access to way more leads because of the daily refreshes, and we're going to have access to higher quality leads because we're going to be able to reach out to people that are actively searching for what we're selling. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
We're also
Oh,
rolling out in beta now. We have email sending functionality, which is going to basically replace instantly and other sending tools you might already be using. And so that'll be built right into the ListKit app. And so, yeah, we're really excited.
yeah, I saw that also that when I buy my first account, you change the interface. So it seems that you are improving the product a lot. I have been working with software as well, and I know that that is tough, man. So it's really hard. So congratulations for being improved the product day by day because I know it's hard.
Thank you. Yeah, it's as a bootstrapped company, especially making sure that we're reinvesting, all the money into continued improvements in the product. It's one thing that's, we got to continue to do. So, anyways, the next question I have for you that'll be more helpful to the audience is just what goes into a successful cold email campaign? Like the one that you're currently running that's generated already $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue for your agency and about to be $7,500 a month and recurring revenue for your agency. Like what has gone into the success of that campaign from setting it up to building the leads list to the scripts to the inbox management? Take us from start to finish why that campaign's been such a success so far.
Yeah, I believe the key it's I can also say that I have good experience. I just have been running like the last 3 months, but I have tried two basically strategies could be. The first one was to reach out a very broad niche. I was working with I believe construction, but the problem with that is I don't know anything about construction. So what I noticed when I was running my first cold email campaigns, it's sometimes in the campaigns you can mention some specific words that make you the lead understand that you know what you are talking about, that you know the need, that you know the pain. So what happened with the construction niche, it's basically I didn't know which words to use even with ChatGPT or I don't know. So I basically changed the approach and I choose an industry, a niche that I have been working the last few years. I know the pains, I know how they work. So I targeted them, I write the campaigns, and it was extremely well because the first day that I active the campaign, I was checking the metrics. The first day I turned on that campaign, I received like 10 positive reply like people, hey, I want to jump into a call, hey, I want to know more, because the campaigns were built by someone that understand the niche, understand the pain. So I use a specific word that they know, I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I believe that it was extremely helpful, to be honest.
Yeah, that's awesome, man, that you found a campaign strategy that's super dialed in. Have you tested or learned any campaign strategies just from being in the ListKit free Slack community or the school community where we have access to free training?
Mm, yeah, no, but it's because I'm someone that usually works a lot. I have like not less time to study because I have been learning a lot of YouTube as well. I also am subscriber for the Daniel channel. Daniel is sharing a lot of content, very useful for me. But Wally on the success call told me like very good practice that I was missing, that I believe was key. For example, the spam words. Sometimes the campaigns you cannot add some words because that trigger the spam filters and the deliverability is worse. So with Wally, I basically we work on the words that I was using. He told me like, hey, you need to replace that words. I tried to don't use search by as synonymous. So yeah, probably I didn't check the Slack channel, but Wally was very useful. Wally, if you are hearing this, I really appreciate you, man.
Waleed is an A player here at ListKit, and
Yeah.
we're happy to have him on board helping customers like yourself. It's funny if you scroll through our reviews on G2 and Trustpilot, you'll actually see a few mentions of Waleed in those reviews.
Yeah, he's rocking.
He's a customer favorite for sure. So it's always good to hear positive feedback on the team members you're interacting with here at ListKit. But yeah, if you're listening to this, not just Waleed, but if you're an active customer of ListKit and you're not, getting the results that you want, or you feel like there's ways to continue to improve, like book a call with our team. If you just go to listkit.io/strategy-call, you'll see a calendar with same day availability to speak with one of our
Yeah.
cold email experts. This is specifically for ListKit users. You could go in and book a one-on-one call, and we'll hop on that call, share what's working with other ListKit users, help you build a leads list, and yeah, just give you one-on-one time to make sure you're hitting your goals with using ListKit and sending cold emails. So it's a really cool thing that we offer right now to just make sure, yeah, people using ListKit are, we always, our long-term goal and our always forever goal has been, if you're using ListKit, you're getting better cold email results than the competition, than anyone else.
Yeah.
We want ListKit to be the competitive advantage, especially for you, Luis, as a lead generation agency owner. When clients are considering working with you, we want them to look at you and say, hey, he uses ListKit. These other agencies are using Apollo and ZoomInfo and some other outdated and more expensive list building tools. We're going to go with the guy using ListKit because it just shows that he knows what he's doing. And also, the results speak for themselves. If you put 1,000 leads from ListKit through the same campaign as 1,000 leads from Apollo or ZoomInfo, I'd put my money on the ListKit campaign performing better every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the money in the same pocket, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah, and that's really what the decision should be based on. Because if you're thinking, okay, I can pay again, even if it's not cheaper, but even if Apollo is
Exactly.
cheaper than ListKit, why are you trying to save $10 when the results are going to be so much worse? When if you pay just $10 extra for ListKit, the results are so much better. You really, as a business owner, have to look at the ROI, right?
Exactly.
And so that's really all it comes down to. And it seems like you've done that, and you're already just a month and a half, almost 2 months into this new agency. You're having some pretty substantial success. So congrats to you for quickly implementing and learning all there is to learn, and just wishing you continued success.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that, Andrew. I told you that I saw a couple of Daniel videos, and it was super helpful for me because, he was teaching a lot of stuff about what prices to charge, how to manage sales call. I need to admit that I have experience with sales, but yeah, all the content that you shared, it's super helpful for me at the beginning. I'm still being helpful because, you can never stop learning. You need to learn a lot to keep improving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you again. And for the audience listening in, Daniel, who Luis is mentioning, he's one of the co founders at ListKit, Daniel Fazio. He's got a very popular social media following on Twitter and on YouTube, and puts out really great content about just business growth, business strategies in general that apply to, yeah, if you were to use ListKit to do your cold email outreach and other things. So, anyways, Luis, what are you looking forward to as you continue using ListKit to scale your cold email agency? Any specific features or just continued growth and improved results from your campaigns?
Yeah, probably I'm this during the next weeks. I'm gonna be running the campaigns for the customer. We're trying to focus on the ROI. If we deliver good ROI, the people is gonna be happy. We're gonna create success stories. If we can create success story, we can replicate the results in the future. We can bring more people. So yeah, we're focused on that part of the business. But now that you are mentioned about the intent data, probably we're going to try the filter for the new customer that I was talking this morning because they have a specific niche. So I believe that now that you are mentioning it, we can use it. So probably in the next week we are going to try it.
Awesome. Yeah, keep me updated on the results, because from what we're seeing, we run our own cold email campaigns still to continue growing ListKit, and we've had a lot of success since switching over to the intent data features since they've launched not too long ago. And we've heard that from existing customers as well that have been using intent data. It's a killer new feature that's just really helping boost results. So keep us
Yeah,
updated if you see a difference, and maybe that third client you're bringing on is going to be your best performing. That'd be awesome.
I hope so.
Awesome. Well, Luis, thank you so much for the time. As a last question, where can our audience find you and follow you? Are you in the ListKit Slack community? They can either connect with you there, or where can they find you online?
No, I'm not on the Slack community. I'm missing that part. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, the people can find me in audio.es. We're based on Spain, but we're working with customers worldwide. We have customers from Canada, the first one, the second one is from Spain, and the third one is from Portugal. So yeah, we're worldwide. So yeah, find us on autio.es.
Awesome. Luis, thank you so much for the time. Thank you for being a ListKit customer and sharing your success with the rest of our community,
All
and
right.
keep crushing it. I'm excited to hear about the results as you continue to
Yeah,
sell and learn and send more cold emails. Thanks so much.
awesome.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot for your help, guys. And yeah, we will keep talking.
All right. Thanks, guys.